Hey everyone, welcome to this summary on Forza Horizon's Update 11. Now this was actually a pretty meaty update with some much requested features, but let's start off this video by just going over some of the basics here and running through the new season's festival playlist. Alright, so starting with the overall season rewards, the 50% is going to get you the old school Bugatti T35C, and 80% is going to get you a cosmetic item, a I Beat the Stig t-shirt. And then moving on into summer, you'll get the Alien Morph Suit at 50% and the Maserati MC12 Forza Edition at 80%. That is a pretty great car, and I'm glad they are bringing that one back. Then moving into fall, you'll get the Chevy Impala at 50%, and at 80%, you'll get a 65 Pontiac GTO. Moving into winter, there's a bit of a Koenigsegg theme. At 50%, you'll get the new CCX, and at 80%, you'll be getting the Regera. Then finally in spring, you'll be getting the Caterham R500 Forza Edition at 50%, and the TVR Tuscan at 80%. Now moving on with a couple new features they've added for Update 11, starting with the Star Card system that was introduced, I believe, in the last update. You now not only get a badge by your name, but you get a extra reward as well, and some of them are pretty good. I know a lot of you guys have probably been holding out for another chance to get the Ferrari 812 Superfast, and now you can. There also are a couple new cosmetic items. You can get the chicken suit, you can get a gold Viking helmet with this. It's just nice to see a couple more rewards added to this system. And then moving on, not to new rewards, but showing us rewards that were kind of hidden away from us in the past. The Horizon Life page, which showed us kind of progress through different elements in the game, used to only ever show us whatever reward was coming next for the next level, but now you can actually click on each of those cards and see what the reward tiers are for every single level, which is definitely nice. There was really no reason they hid this away in the past. I think it just kind of got lost in the UI element, but now you can set those stretch goals. New players can kind of see, oh, okay, for street racing I need to get to level 10 to get the Noble M600, whereas before you had to go online to find that type of information. So always nice to see that kind of stuff in game. So you might have also noticed in that footage that there was a new Top Gear card in the Horizon Life window, and there is a new Top Gear story added to the game. Now this is actually has quite a bit of production quality behind it. They got one of the guys from Top Gear to voice act it. There are new car models. They have kind of reactive voice messages. So say if you're drifting or jumping during those story missions, the voice actor will actually respond to that, which is kind of a cool thing to see. I like that more dynamic and real feel to those story missions. So talking now about the rewards for Top Gear, we can go back into that Horizon Life, and you'll see that there are 3 reward cars you can get. One being the Mercedes-Benz E350D Top Gear Edition, the other being the highly requested AMG 6x6, and then finally there is a tractor in the game now, so that should be pretty fun to mess around with. And speaking of new reward cars, there's actually quite a few new cars coming with this update. We are getting the 1996 Chevy Impala Super Sport, a 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor, a Hellcat swapped Jeep Wrangler, a Koenigsegg CCX, which I mentioned earlier in the festival playlist rewards, and the McLaren 12C. So that brings us to a total, including with the Top Gear cars, of 8 new cars coming in Update 11. That's awesome to see. I love that they're still adding so much this far into the game's life cycle. But we are not done with new stuff yet with Update 11. You guys probably knew this was coming because they did mention it a couple streams ago, but class-based rivals are finally here. This is awesome for me. This is going to be great for the game. What this means is that for pretty much every racetrack in the game, you'll be able to hop in and do a Rivals event in any car, in any class. This is not only going to be a huge feature for people who already like Rivals racing, but even if you don't do Rivals racing, it would be worth it to check out the leaderboards for all of these events, because it will show us a great window into what cars are best for what classes and in what types of situations. So this is definitely going to take up probably most of my time moving forward with Forza Horizon. I have a ton of fun just building random cars into random classes, but I have nowhere to test them, and now we do, so that is a great thing to see. Finally, they did make some fixes and changes to the wall riding system. The goal with these changes was to let them kind of forgive some of the more accidental wall taps and punish intentional wall riding a little bit further. So they've taken a lot of data from the wall riding system that's currently in the game, and they've made it so that real wall riding should activate sooner and penalize you more if you're actually doing wall riding to gain a speed advantage. But if you accidentally get tapped into the wall a little bit or just misjudge a corner, it hopefully won't activate much or at all anymore. And then one final thing actually that I did forget to mention is they made some slight adjustments to custom adventure. Now they mentioned in update 10 that some of the more popular racing styles, like let's say A-class road racing, it was really easy to find a match with those. But if you were going into more obscure racing events, it was really tough to find matches, and a lot of times you would end up just waiting out the timer and you wouldn't find a game. So they've made some adjustments. It does mean they're taking away a bit of the customization options. For example, you might not be able to pick between individual classes if you're looking for off-road racing, but it still should mean that you get mostly what you want. It's just going to be grouping you into a slightly bigger pool so that you're at least able to find that match. And that just about wraps it up for the summary on update 11. This update should be going live today, so if you're watching this video, chances are the update is already live or will be at least in a few hours. Of course, feel free to let me know your thoughts on this update in the comments, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thanks everyone for watching.